Again, please keep your comments to yourselves in the audience.
It's the swamp right here. We're trying to go local level.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, peace.
Due to the heightened security measures, we ask that members of the audience not approach the dais. Our community has entered into some unprecedented, challenging times as we've been thrusted into the national spotlight.
They're eating the cats.
We're going to go into our comment period. You'll have 3 minutes again.
All right, yeah, my name is Bill Monaghan, and we've been wondering, a lot of us, why traffic laws aren't being enforced for migrant residents of the area.
Today, Mr. Mayor, we lost one of ours in a tragic accident. He wasn't at fault, but as a community, we deal with it.
Right down where I work, I've seen 4 accidents in 1 week. And nobody charged with anything.
Why are you being so angry?
One student is dead, more than 20 others are hurt.
Every time a citizen got up here and had a concern, oh no, pushback, that's racist.
And those who spread hate and unsubstantiated lies need to understand the stain on your soul, your morals, and your humanity, period.
Hey, please, I'm going to have to ask you to leave if you disrupt.
You need to implement more programs to help us as immigrants.
Why don't these people go home and fight for their own countries they seem so proud of? You know, instead of coming over here crying and getting a bunch of free shit.
Filled workforce need.
A bunch of chaos.
Highly educated and skilled.
The next Detroit.
Talented people.
Off my tax dollars.
And they have reversed the downward population spiral.
The citizens that were born here, we become second class.
All right, yeah, my name is Bill Monaghan, and my question was about we've been wondering, a lot of us, why traffic laws aren't being enforced for migrant residents of the area. We've heard of a lot of cases where people are being allowed to leave the scene of an accident without being charged, driving away in cars that don't even have tags. If a citizen did that, we would not be allowed to drive away with our car. And so we're wondering why that's allowed. In December, a woman was run over and killed, and the driver has not been charged with any of even the traffic violations he was involved in. And it came to my attention today, I think, or yesterday, that there's a provision of the temporary protective status, that if someone is convicted of even 2 misdemeanors, be they traffic violations or misdemeanor violations of criminal law, that they lose their temporary protective status. So we're wondering, A, are you guys aware of that? Is that true, or are you aware of it? And if B, is that the reason why migrants are allowed to walk away from the scene of an accident or the scene of a crime without getting charged? Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. We will have answers at the end of the time here. Jacob Payne. Jacob Payne. Payne.
Good evening. My name is Jacob Payne. I'm here on behalf of the Haitian Community Alliance. Mr. Mayor, my community would like to thank you for the wonderful job you're doing in the community, as well as the other city officials. But this evening, they sent also a message to the whole city of Springfield. The message is unity. I think it's time to stop the rhetoric ideas that Haitians are this, Haitians are that. We need to embrace the idea that the city of Springfield needs to unify. We need to be united. We don't need to fight over nonsense stuff. Today, Mr. Mayor, we lost one of ours in a tragic accident. He wasn't at fault, but as a community, we deal with it. We know how to take it in. But my question is to the other residents of Springfield, why are you being so angry when accident happens? It happens to anyone. Today it happens to us. The ball is in our corner, and we're dealing with it. We don't complain. We don't get angry at anyone because it's an accident. Mr. Mayor, we think you're doing a wonderful job, but we also think you need to implement more programs to help us as immigrants. Some of us are lost. Me as an immigrant here, I was chasing the American dream. I'm here today. As a U.S. Armed Forces veteran, I've served in the United States Navy with honor, courage, and commitment. And I was chasing the American dream. Today, I'm living the American dream. My people who have come here by different ways, by different means, they are chasing the American dream as well. But today, they don't need to be paying the price of something they didn't create. They're just being part of it. When I was fighting out in the Persian Gulf, I fought as an American citizen, as an American sailor. But today I can be viewed as an Haitian immigrant. I'm tired of this, Mr. Mayor. We need to be united. We need to come together as a city. We need to come together as American to stop the nonsense. Let's move forward with the city of Springfield. Let's make it the great city that it is. And thank you, Mr. Mayor, once again, for allowing us to be here, to be part of your great city. Thank you.
Please, whether you support or you're against, I'd ask that there be no clapping, just to keep a nice civil dialogue. And please, no comments, or you'll be asked to leave politely. Thank you so much. From your seat. Diane Daniels?
Good evening, everyone. As you well know, my name is Diana Daniels. And what I'd like to say is this. I am so frustrated, and I am angry, and I'd like to take out my vengeance, but I'm not going to do that. But I will tell you this. We did not need to come to this point. There were days and days that I stood up here and asked and begged for an opportunity for the citizens to come to the table and voice their concerns for more than 3 minutes. Every time a citizen got up here and had a concern, oh no, pushback, that's racist, that's xenophobic, when in fact you weren't listening to what was said underneath. We didn't have to come to this point. We didn't have to come to this circus. But yet, the city commission and someone decided that race needed to be the issue. I cite 2 documents by the city which state specifically, one of them from the CCHD on the slide that they presented, the challenges in Springfield, and they cite 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course at the bottom, racism in black and white. That's what you thought of us and our concerns. The City of Springfield Immigration Facts on Facebook. Very nice document until you get to the bottom. What are the challenges we face as a community? Same language as this, and it says the challenges are intolerance and racism. You never gave us an opportunity to come to the table. The only opportunity we had was to participate in a discussion on racism and discrimination by the NAACP. I was there. I went to the second one. I had ideas. And how was I treated, Meru? I was verbally assaulted. I want my 4 weeks back. I had great ideas. The one woman before me had the same ideas as I did. She presented the same thing. She was not treated the way I was. Do you know why she wasn't treated the way I was? It was the color of our skin. Oh no. We didn't need to come here. If you'd have come to us and let us come to the table, this would not have happened. Not at all. Thank you.
Thank you. Isaac Eldridge?
I just got a question. Why in the city of Springfield do we not have a curfew for minors?
Well, they do.
I contacted Sheriff Deb Burchett myself, and she told me there is no curfew for minors at all. Now, my thing about this is, this is a danger, you know, all the stuff we got going on in our city. There's kids out here running around late at night. It's a downfall for youth crimes citywide. I know everybody sees it. Just a block away from my house the other night, there was a teenager stabbed somebody. That's unacceptable. The countless youth as late as 3 to 5 a.m. run the street. That's totally unacceptable as a community. Everybody's seeing it. They're destroying things, breaking into people's properties, stealing all their stuff. In fact, I know of an incident where someone aged 26 was pulled over for driving 80 miles an hour down North Belmont between Main and Lagunda with 2 minors aged 16 to 17 after 2 a.m. The parents of the minor children weren't contacted. And I know because I'm one of the parents. On the police report, there was nothing listed in the police report. There was 2 minor children in a car with a 26-year-old driving 80 miles an hour down North Belmont. That's unacceptable. Why wasn't this stated on the police report? Why wasn't I called as a parent? Are our police hiding things? If they are, what else are they hiding? Why is everybody around town getting away with driving without a license, driving without insurance, driving without tags, everything? And they're getting away with it and getting let off, not even getting a ticket. I watched a video the other day of a journalist that was here that actually recorded that himself. When I was a child, we were protected by our city. Ours isn't. These children are out late at night, are a risk to themselves, our citizens, and our community as a whole. This needs to change for city safety, and it needs to change now, not later. Another thing I'd like to address, why, when we go down to pay our taxes on our homes, or we go to walk in this building right here, we have to walk through metal detectors. But these kids and people visiting these schools, they don't have to walk through them. Granted, yeah, they do put locks on the doors. That ain't gonna do anything. They hit the button, let somebody in, they can come in with the gun. It's not happened in our city yet, but it's happening all across the country. How long is it gonna be until it happens here? We need metal detectors at our doors in our schools, and we need bag scanners in our schools as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jessica Schaefer.
Hello. I stand here as a lifelong resident of Springfield because I also am tired of the fear. You know, I'm tired of being told that I should fear, because you know what? I don't fear our migrant and our immigrant people. Tell you what I fear. I fear members of this community who have allowed themselves to be ruled by their anxiety and dragged into a BS moral panic. That's what I fear. I fear the doors that you have opened. We have Proud Boys and Klan and white supremacists marching in our streets and planning to do more. Like, do you understand this? I fear for the families and children I serve as a mental health therapist. I feel for my refugee and immigrant families and kids who have done nothing except escape and try to find safety. More than that, I fear for the Black children that I work with, because as we know, bigots and racists don't really do due diligence, and God forbid something happened to them because they're on the wrong side of town and they look wrong. Like, period.
Hey, please, I'm going to have to ask you to leave if you disrupt.
I've spent the last 2 weeks in every single session I have with every child in fear, not fear of migrants, not fear of immigrants, fear of the hate that is spewing out of the adults in this community's mouths. That is what I'm seeing. And I fear for every child who's being taught and normalized this hate. They're gonna come against a hard reality check when the real world doesn't treat them that way and they have to figure out what it is. I'm not afraid of you guys. I know standing up here, I've made myself a target. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care at all, because I refuse to be bowed and broken by hate. I refuse to be made bitter by your hate. I refuse it, period. And for those of you guys who would rather see solutions, I implore you to speak up. Stop remaining silent and complicit in other people's hate. Just stop. I know we're tired of the chaos. I know we are, but it's imperative that we stand up. Because when, not if, one of our community members is hurt or killed or a riot happens or a community is attacked, then those who spread hate and unsubstantiated lies need to understand, because of the stain on your soul, your morals, and your humanity is why it happened. People who amplify and echo blood libel will have blood on their hands. And you don't get to pretend innocence when you have Nazis and white supremacists backing your play and marching with you. It's as simple as that. To paraphrase Welsh during the McCarthy witch hunts, you have no decency. Can you please have decency and stop this? Because it doesn't stop with the chosen scapegoat. Hate movements always find an enemy. Having a Republican after your name on your ballot isn't going to save you when they need a new target. And you all
And
need to
thank you.
realize
That concludes your comments. Robert Spinelli. Robert Spinelli. You go up to the microphone, please. Go ahead, sir.
I'm going to say this. I agree somewhat with the last comment. We don't need hate groups in Springfield. We have enough problems as a city as it is. But I want to know, for quite some time, we've had immigrants coming to our community, and why it took you all so long to ask the federal and the state government for help. With the stress that's on our police, our fire, our EMTs, our school system, our housing. You bought 2 motels, $4 million, supposed to help homeless people. And 22 families got kicked out and are living in a tent city. We're starting to become a big city with the amount of people that are here. We're going to wind up being the next Detroit because we're going to be bankrupt. Where's the extra highway state patrol with all the accidents that we're having? I don't see them out on the street. Right down where I work, I've seen 4 accidents in 1 week. And nobody charged with anything. We don't need to target one specific group. We've got a diversity of people here. We have a big Indian community. You look at our healthcare system. We have a big Hispanic community. And now we have a big Haitian community. But it shouldn't have taken you all so long in a presidential debate to ask for the help that this city needed. That's your guys' fault. And that's why we need new city government. Thank you.
Thank you. Richard Jordan. Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
So, yeah, I came to talk about the problems going on in our city today, and as the last 4 years, I'm getting tired of people portraying white people as being racist and told that we hate black people. One thing, right now, they're trying to misconstrue things here, and the Haitian people are trying to act like they're the African Americans that have been here and born and raised here. They're trying to portray themselves as a black American. They're not black Americans, you know. And I want to know why are these people being coddled and pampered and given us beautiful life, a life better than I live, off my tax dollars? You know, what's going on with that? And there's a couple rumors I want to know about Haitians buying guns in pawn shops around here, having people, citizens, go into shops and buy a bunch of guns and distribute them out. I don't know if that's true or not, but if that's true, that needs to be stopped. You know, I don't know, why do they need guns? What are they scared of? Man, they getting the red carpet treatment, man. This is wrong. You know, we are second-class citizens. The citizens that were born here, we become second class to a bunch of people that don't even belong here. A bunch of chaos has come to our city because of the immigrant situation. If we took on a problem from a third world country that is not our problem, Why are we taking care of this and supporting this? You know, why don't these people go home and fight for their own countries they seem so proud of? You know, instead of coming over here crying and getting a bunch of free shit. You know, that's wrong. Off all the people that pay taxes. And then they want to turn around and start hating on us and calling us racist. There's something really wrong with that picture. And what else do I have to say?
Please.
Oh, and there was a whole bunch of things sent out to the Haitian community to be able to vote, but they caught on to it. You know, there's a bunch of scandalous things going on in our town.
Thank you for your time, Wes Babian. Again, please keep your comments to yourselves in the audience.
Swamp right here. Get drained on a local level.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, peace.
Go ahead, Wes.
Our new neighbors come from Haiti, and they come here legally, looking forward to live in peace and well-being. They are coming from circumstances of tragedy, misfortune, and danger. While our community had been dealing with many needs, the reality is that these newcomers have filled workforce needs. Many are highly educated and skilled and talented people, and they have reversed the downward population spiral of our city and county. There are growing pains. That is undeniable. Being thrust into the spotlight, as we have been in recent days, has only compounded our situation. However, I am hopeful. Our many community leaders, including our city commission, have been working to deal with our challenges. People of goodwill and kindness from here and from many other places are responding. We are working through these challenges, and there is room for others to join in and act with that same goodwill and kindness. We can treat others as we would want to be treated, and we can show the world the goodness that resides in Springfield. Thank you.
Thank you, Wes. Mark Sanders.
Wow, what a 2 weeks it's been. I want to say this, and I'm going to say it as succinctly and as plainly as I can. Everything that's happened in this city in the last 2 weeks are your fault. In March of this year, I brought to the commission about domestic animal abuse. Gave you where to look. Nobody looked. Nobody. I've been harping since September of last year about towing vehicles driven by unlicensed drivers. It's still happening today. I was told by the Springfield City Police Union leader that it's a command decision not to tow. The ORC says otherwise. Every other jurisdiction around here tows without a license. There is video evidence. In fact, back to my domestic animal abuse, you guys even admitted during that meeting you heard the same thing. But then the city manager comes on TV and says there's never been a report of it.
Hey, who just did that? Because I'm going to ask you to go. Monaghan, you got to go, my friend. Thank you.
So
Appreciate you. Just a minute, Mark. Thank you. Thank you.
So when something's identified and brought to the attention of those who can fix it, that's an incident. That's a report. Direction was given. Nothing was done. I take personal offense city manager impugn my
Direct your
background.
comments to me, Mr. Sanders.
I take offense, the city would impugn the background and the trustworthiness of anybody on this side of the lectern for the last year, because that's what happened on national TV, and I demand an apology to me and everyone else who's spoken behind this one and that one and attended these meetings. Because if he can't do that, he's ill-equipped to be in the position he's in, and he should resign. I think no more needs said.